Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some more Pittsburgh Steelers preview and analysis and prediction of the Pittsburgh Steelers Week 16 game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh 7-7, Cincinnati 8-6. Final home game of the season for Pittsburgh. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site SteelersDepot.com. Would really appreciate that. No, Pittsburgh just saw this Bengals team a couple weeks ago, winning in Week 12, 16-10. Not that long ago. The Bengals haven't changed dramatically, but they have in a couple of key ways. Their offense, Jake Browning, his first career start came against Pittsburgh in that Week 12 matchup. He's a much better quarterback now. He's more comfortable in the system. The system is more tailored and schemed to him, and they've had success scoring 27-plus points in their last three games, all wins by Browning and the Bengals. The run game, they're still going to lean on more than they probably were under Burrow. Joe Mixon's still the lead guy, the veteran. 6 of their 10 rushing touchdowns this year have come over the last month, and so you're seeing them work that, especially in some more short yardage situations. But I think the big key with their run game is the infusion of speedy running back Chase Brown from Illinois, who ran 4.4, something really fast coming out of college, and he was hurt, did not play in that first Steelers game. He's back now and really providing some splash plays in the running back screen game. He has the second fastest speed on a single play of any player in the NFL this year on his 54-yard touchdown against the Colts. He got over 22 miles an hour. They use him on the toss game, kind of like Pierre Strong a little bit in Cleveland, but more usage with Cincinnati Brown is. And so he's a guy to be reckoned with. I think Pittsburgh can contain, mix in with the power game, the inside zone game. Not incredibly concerned about that, but dealing with Brown and kind of space, that's going to be a thought. While Pittsburgh has a ton of injuries in the secondary at safety, no Minkah Fitzpatrick, no Trenton Thompson, DeMonte Casey suspended for the rest of the season, the good news is the Bengals will be without their star receiver, Jamar Chase, with a shoulder injury. And not only is he just a great talent, but having to account for him, the way that they move him around in terms of changing his alignment, he'll be outside receiver, number 2 in the slot, number 3 innermost slot receiver. And they, will change his, release, and they'll have some switch releases and switch verticals and things like that. So having the absence of that, I should say, is going to be, beneficial to Pittsburgh, especially with the secondary concerns right now. T. Higgins is back. He was not there for the Week 12 game, but he's a more static outside, kind of power forward type of receiver. Should be easier to identify. Would expect Joey Porter Jr. to shadow and travel with him throughout the game. You bracket him, you have double coverage on him, force other guys to step up, and that's going to make life tougher on the Bengals. So I expect a lot of that in this game. Defensively, the Bengals' run defense was among the league's worst heading into this game and really going into Week 15. And then on top of that, they lost one of their top interior pluggers in DJ Reader with a quad injury. He's out for the season, and their replacement probably be a mix of people, but Josh Tupou, he's, less than ideal, and I think he was getting pushed around pretty good by Minnesota in last week's victory over the Vikings. And so the Bengals allowing 5 yards per carry in the run game this year, and that was with Reader for almost all of it. So Pittsburgh should and must be able to run between the tackles to get downhill. They ran on them well in Week 12, ran for $150. Warren Harris averaged over 5 yards per carry. Harris had a touchdown, was briefly over 100 yards before I think a late negative play kept him at and held him at 99. So Pittsburgh, without the run game the last 2 weeks, has really made this offense one-dimensional, even though Mason Rudolph in some ways will be more of an upgrade over Trubisky in terms of ball security and just kind of taking what's there. He still needs to have a run game. You can't put this game on Mason Rudolph's shoulders, certainly not. So the run game has to be there in this one. To me, the number one concern with the Bengals and their defense is those third down pressure looks they give. They're kind of like Brian Flores in Minnesota, where he's going to, 3rd and 7 plus, he's going to put 8 guys standing at or on the line of scrimmage, and he's going to mug every single gap. You don't know who's rushing. You don't know who's dropping. And it's just a lot of chaos to deal with for the opposing offense. And so, have to know where your hot reads are at. Obviously would want to stay out of those situations, but, it's going to happen at some point. And so how you, as a team, as an offensive line, as the running back, as the quarterback, as the eligibles, the receivers, decipher and work in tandem to pick everything up is going to be really important. They're probably going to get some free rushers, so the ball's going to have to come out really quick. It's going to have to be hot. Rudolph, with the lack of mobility, is not going to be an asset to try to run away from, an edge blitz, a safety blitz, a corner blitz, whatever the case is. So handling those is going to be really key. Overall, the Bengals, they make life tough. It's a lot of zone blitzes when they do blitz. It's not a lot of man-heavy blitzes, and they run a lot of cover two on first and second down. We saw Pittsburgh take advantage of that early in that Week 12 game, in the first play of the game, hitting Freiermuth down the seam. Can he have another, positive game? On paper, he should, but I imagine the Bengals are going to understand how they were exploited in that Week 12 game and try to adjust. All right, for my prediction, I'm going to go with the Bengals in this one, 23-20. Close game. Don't feel incredibly confident the Bengals will win this. I don't have a great gut feel either way, but Pittsburgh just has to prove it. The losing skid that they're on right now, the run game struggling, their own unforced errors. Rudolph is still a downgraded quarterback compared to even Kenny Pickett. So for all those factors, and the Bengals have really persevered well. Even without Burrow and some of their top guys, they have won some close games. They put up points, and Pittsburgh has not. And until Pittsburgh can show me otherwise, I got to go with the Bengals. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Drop your score prediction below as well. Thank you for watching. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you soon.